Welcome to the wonderful world of Waikato sheds. You're here with Bronek in my office. Woohoo! Today I thought we'd go over some ideas on shed designs. So what I thought I'd do today is we'd go over some ideas on design and what to think about and try and see if we can get the brain juices flowing to get us some ideas. Now I'm not going to touch on price today. We've got other videos that already do that and we'll be forever putting out new ones as we come up with new designs. But previously we have come up with some really good house designs. Some of them are 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, 1 bedroom, and they're really cool and they give you an idea and you can modify those any way or shape you like. But right now I thought I'd try and keep it nice and short and sharp and just go through some basic ideas to get you going and thinking about things so that when you come into us you have a list, a good idea, so we can run through it. So firstly, the first thing you want to look at is your sections. Are they north facing? Where is the sun? Where is the wind? You know, am I going to put this nice big veranda at the front here where, you know, open up the doors, next thing I get a pile of wind coming through, so you can never open the ranch sliders or whatever else. That'd be crazy. So have a think about these things. If you've got a section, spend some time up there. Watch where the sun goes down, where it comes up, so you can figure out where you want your bedrooms and where you want your... Go up there with the spray paint and just paint it out and say, this is what I want where, and even take some photos for that for us. We'd be more than happy. Next thing to look at would probably be things like access. Where will the shed sit for access? How are you going to drive your cars in? How are we going to drive our trucks in? Next thing, do you want a gable or a monopitch shed? A gable is a more traditional, nice triangle shape, as a monopitch is considered sleek and modern. Do you want eaves? We can put eaves around the outside of your shed just to give it that nice traditional homey feel, or do you want it to look more like a shed? No eaves, nice and sleek. And do you want a veranda? How big a veranda? Do you want it to wrap around your whole house, or do you just want something small out the front, or do you just want something over the entrances? And if you do want verandas, do you want them covered in with steel, or do you want to put some cedar up there? You know, little things like that. You know, how far do you want to go? We can talk about single story or 2-story. We can even go 3-story if you like. But again, that all depends on your site and depends on what you can fit. Sometimes we'll do sheds with split roofs. You know, the garage is a lot bigger than the house. That's solely so people can get their RVs in there, their trucks, their caravans, their boats. How about the joinery? We should talk about the joinery. You could have some really nice big tall windows. You could have small windows. You could have big sliding or stacking doors. You can have bifolds. What do you want? Which way do you want them to slide? Where do you want them? How are you going to access everything? Think about flow from the outside to the inside. If you're going to be doing lots of barbecuing, where do you want your doors so you can get into and out of the kitchen easily? The same with the windows. Do you want opening windows? Do you want high windows that just let in light but don't open? Do you want big windows so you can open them and get in and out, whatever you like? Things again, how many bedrooms do you want? Do you want 2 bedrooms? Do you want 3? Do you want 5? Do you want 20? That's up to you. The one thing I do say is that if you want to keep costs down, look at rectangles. If you have a look at most of our buildings and most of our things that are on our website and on our YouTube and everything else, the nice big rectangles or nice big squares, keeping it a simple shape keeps the cost down. And the same with the living area inside the shed. If you want to keep it square or rectangle, that keeps the cost down. It means that we can put dividing walls in certain places. As soon as we have kinks or we have too many things, we can do that. We're quite happy to do that, but there is always a cost associated. So again, everything you think of, how does it work in with your budget? And if you're unsure, come and chat to us. We would be more than happy to guide you through. We are very experienced here. The company's been around for over 20 years now. Everyone that's, both me and Glenn, we have been in the trade for well over 10 years each, so we've seen a lot, we know a lot, we can share a lot, and we're more than happy to do that. So yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Have a quick think about those things. The other thing, actually, one thing, cladding. What kind of cladding do you want? Do you want corrugate? Do you want T-rib? Do you want kahu? Do you want E-span? There's 100 different choices. We can help you with any one of those. We've done other ones where they've been specialised weatherboard as opposed to just steel. Again, there is costs associated with those, and we can help you out with those if you want to know more. As I said, I was going to try and keep it short and sharp. So I think I've done that. If you want to know more, go to our website, go to our YouTube videos. We've got well over 200 videos now. They will give you ideas. They will help you out wherever you want. But again, at the end of the day, we've got this lovely big show shed here in Eureka. You're more than welcome to come down here and have a coffee. And when we've got the bar up and running, you come down here and have a good George beer. Otherwise, we'd be more than happy to welcome you and have a chat. Send us an email, give us a phone, like and subscribe. Thank you.